Welcome to CW Football Saturday, presented by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza right now. And right now, let's send it downstairs to the former Wake Forest Demon Deacon himself, Mr. Wes Bryant. How's it going down there, my man?
What's going on, guys? And the matchup I immediately looked at when I saw this game on paper was SMU's #3 rated passing offense going up against the #1 defense when you talk pass efficiency rating in Wake Forest. So we're going to see how this one plays out, because Wake limits explosives, and we know how much SMU likes their explosives.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to get a shot of your son down there who's with you here today, who's bigger than you are.
And he just turned 14, right?
Yeah, man, just turned 14 last Saturday. He's not
I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's getting some camera time. He's loving that. He did ask if he was going to be on camera today, so he got his wish.
He got it in quick. Get it go.
He got it before the kickoff. SMU wins the toss and wants the football. A fair catch. So here we go, the 25-yard line. And one of the nation's very best quarterbacks. He took over as a starter last year, led SMU to an undefeated regular season, played in the conference championship game. He has been lights out, man, is Kevin Jennings.
Yeah, we talk about this streak that they've had in the ACC, and he's been the quarterback pretty much this whole entire time. Yep. So it just talks about the consistency, the trust, all the things that he's able to do to make this offense go.
Ranks in the top 12 in the FBS in passing, touchdowns, passing yards per game, completions. Are going to give it to the youngster right from the get-go. Derek McFall, the redshirt freshman out of Tyler, Texas. Our impact players brought to you by Old Spice.
Well, we already talked about Chris Johnson, but Romello Brinson, receiver, it's going to be a bounce-back game for him. He was kind of shut down last week. I expect him to show out. And then for defense, Langston Hardy, the son of Pro Bowler Kevin Hardy, second in the ACC in sacks.
First throw and sails the intended receiver Jordan Hudson, but a penalty flag comes in.
He grabbed his shoulder, turned him a little bit.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. The ball be placed to the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, you can see in press coverage, he just a little bit grabs the shoulder. Ladarius Webb Jr., who's been playing well as of late. A little too aggressive there.
And his dad, of course, a former NFL player as well.
Yeah, for the Ravens.
He was a good one. All right, an automatic first down at the 37-yard line for the high-flying Mustangs. And that a little bit too much of a fastball right there, intended for Romello Brinson, who ranks in the top 7 in virtually every receiving category in the ACC so far this year.
Yeah, this is what this offense loves to do. Casey Woods, he loves to get the guys on the perimeter. Obviously, Rhett Lashley calling the play, but speaking to Casey, he talked about getting his athletes in space on the outside, and right there just had a mishap.
What a job Lashley has done. 7-6 his first year, 11-3 each of the last 2 years. They dump it off out of the backfield to Chris Johnson Jr., and just not much running room there. Picks up a couple of yards, brings up 3rd down and long. This is a good Wake Forest defensive team.
Yeah, you can look every time a player from the SMU has the football, you see about 10 black jerseys around that player. They are swarming to the football, trying to eliminate pretty much the explosives.
All right, so you got trips to the bottom of your screen on this 3rd down, and we'll call it 9 yards. Opening drive of the game. They're coming after Jennings, who gets it away and incomplete. Not sure who he was going to there. There were more black jerseys and white jerseys, so, you know, Wes Bryant brought it up a minute ago. Passing game of SMU, defensive passing game of Wake Forest, and an early win for the Demon Deacons.
Yeah, it looked like Ymir Knight, number 8, stopped his route, but again, Demon Deacons were on top of that route. Very disciplined in what they were doing.
Wade McSparron, the native Australian, to punt it away. Carlos Hernandez stands back at his own 25-yard line, and he'll make a fair catch right at the 26. Well, we wondered like many of you, who would be the starting quarterback today. The starter all year has been Robbie Ashford. He got hurt a couple of weeks ago. All Deshaun Purdy did in the start against Oregon State, his first start at Wake Forest, was throw for 4 touchdowns and 270 yards.
Yeah, the one thing that this kid can do, he can throw the ball downfield. I mean, his arm is incredible. You think of guys like Josh Allen, who was with Coach Dicker in Wyoming, and then I go back in the archives, guys like Dante Culpepper, just big statue quarterback who tossed the football down the field.
And here's Damon Claiborne, who's one of the all-time greats in Wake Forest history. And let's take a look at our impact players, brought to you by Old Spice.
Yeah, we talked about Claiborne, but Chris Barnes, 3 catches last week, 3 TDs.
Yeah.
He's been the #1 target for Purdy. He knows who to get the ball to. And for the Mustangs, Jeffrey Emba, he is the leader for this top-ranked defense in terms of sacks. They lead the ACC in sacks this season. He is pretty much leading the charge.
I mean, some of the numbers, and it's where stats can be a little bit skewed. You know, some of the numbers are not very good on defense, as Claiborne lost his footing trying to cut it. Maybe been bobbling the ball a little bit, it looked like. So it'll bring up 3rd down and almost 10. But SMU has been much better lately over the last 3 games on defense. And we talked about Purdy, how good he was out in Corvallis.
And you see their completion percentage is, close to around 50%. But the thing is, he's done well was he's going through his reads, which is something that he wasn't really excelling at during fall camp. And he's just taking his time right there. You just got to protect the football.
Well, he lost control of the football. It looked like it may have been a fumble, and he's able to cover it up. So that didn't last long. 3 and out for the Mustangs defense.
Yeah, you see just get a nice push up front, and Terry Rebb gets his hand up. Those big mitts in front of his face, and that's the thing we want to see. Purdy had a great week last week against Oregon State. Now he's facing the top-ranked pass rushing defense. What can he do here? And so you already see that defensive line putting pressure on the young quarterback.
Cal Joseph, freshman punter, another native Australian. And Ymir Knight stands back at his 30-yard line. A fair catch signaled right at the 37. All right, each team an opening possession. No damage done from Winston-Salem. Start the season off right and get game day ready. Scan the QR code on your television. Shop for team swag, game day essentials from the CW Football Saturday Shop, brought to you by Dick's. Every season starts at Dick's. 10 yards of offense for SMU, negative 16 yards of offense for the Demon Deacons. So the third possession now for the Mustangs, who come in averaging 34 points per game.
I think the refs just waiting for the OGs to get off the field over here. That's what just.
Yeah, they're honoring that. What was it, 1970 conference champions here. Jennings looking down the field, crossing pattern, and I mean blown up is his tight end. And that was Devon Patterson laying the wood on the tight end Matthew Hibner.
Listen, eyes, vision, boom! Oh my gosh.
That's the way you used to deliver the hits.
Man, I got hit like that one time too, Tommy. I'd rather deliver these hits.
That's why you went to DB instead of wide receiver, right?
Listen, I just like being on the field, but look at this stingy defense.
Yep.
20 points per game, only 180 yards per game. Right now, if I'm SMU, I just need to start running the football. I need some positive plays because right now Wake Forest is not moving.
Well, they're going to throw it again, and it was tipped and then into the hands of Harden, and that'll go as a 3-yard loss.
I mean, look at this. SMU catches the football, and there is a Demon Deacon in front of their face every single time.
That may have been Nick Anderson on the blitz there, who got a hand on that ball. Boy, he's one of the very best in Wake Forest history.
Yeah, just in terms of his effort, his durability, his experience.
His 51st game, his 35th career start. He understands the defense. He understands the opponent's offense. Third down and nowhere near either intended receiver. Seems to be a little bit of miscommunication going on out there right now. You had Hibner standing in one area. You had Romillo Brinson about 10 yards down the field. It was thrown in between them.
Yeah, you see Brinson up top here just running a sit route. And, yeah, he just misfires it behind him. Which, I mean, I would say good thing he threw a back shoulder. Otherwise, that could have been picked off.
So 3 and out. And now punting from his own end zone is McSparran, and you've got Hernandez. That was nearly blocked. Very short punt. It may have been tipped. Hard to tell from here. We're at the very top of this stadium, but that punt didn't travel more than about 25 yards max.
Yeah, based on the way they're celebrating, it looks like they possibly got a fingertip on the football. Tell you what, Coach Dickert is not messing around, okay? Yeah, he just shanked it.
Okay, he just shanked it.
I mean, the pressure alone was enough.
All right, so back-to-back possessions where the field position for the Demon Deacons couldn't get much better. They went backwards the last time. They've not started that running game yet with Claiborne. They're going to give it to him now. And that's more like Damon Claiborne right there. A gain of 5. Boy, what a career he has had at Wake Forest.
Absolutely. We talked about it earlier. His yards per average over 7, which is second in the conference. Also, he has an 85-yard for a touchdown. But right now, Robbie Ashford's still in at quarterback, Tommy.
Well, the helmet was knocked off. Of course, the starter, who is filling in for Ashford, they're going to run it again, and Claiborne, second time he's lost his footing. What's the very latest, Wes Bryant, on Deshaun Purdy?
Yeah, the latest on Purdy is that he is in the tent right now being evaluated by the Wake Forest staff. Don't know when we'll see him again, but he is in the tent as we speak.
All right, thank you so much. We saw Ashford when he got hurt at the very end of the Virginia Tech game. That was a big win for the Demon Deacons, unquestionably the biggest yet for their first-year head coach, Jake Dickert. So here we go on a 3rd down and 5. Ashford's had a nice year. He can do this. He can run it. And he has enough for a first down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, this is the biggest difference between the two quarterbacks. Robbie Ashford, he gives you this ability to run the football as a quarterback and be more dynamic in the RPO action.
And there you see the overall numbers this season for Ashford. Granted, only a couple of touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's run it well for better than 230 yards. And the bottom line is, you know, they're a plus 500 team with him on the field so far. The well-traveled, I should say, Robbie Ashford. From Oregon to Auburn to South Carolina. Here's Claiborne, and he is met head-on right at the line of scrimmage. Not much running room there. May have lost a yard.
Yeah, and the thing that I was extremely impressed with in terms of Robbie was just the toughness he displayed in that Virginia Tech game.
No doubt.
He got beat up and beat down.
No doubt.
And he stayed in and was tough. He would peel himself off the ground and led his team to a victory.
And that's what Jennings did last week for SMU. Same
Absolutely.
kind of thing. He just gutted his way through an early ankle injury. You know, neither one of these teams has been very good in the red zone in terms of scoring touchdowns. 21 trips in the red zone, only 8 touchdowns for the Demon Deacons. Claiborne will get down to the 8-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal for the Demon Deacons. You know, you flip the script, and SMU has been very good on defense inside the red zone. Opponents have been in there 27 times, have only walked away with 11 touchdowns. The 3rd down and goal. Ashford looking around, lost in the corner. Great defensive play made in the back of the end zone right there by Kyron Chambers, knocking the ball away at the last minute from Carlos Hernandez.
Yeah, that's a very difficult route to defend. The 7 route to the corner of the end zone. He does an extremely good job playing chest to chest and then playing the hands, getting the PBU. This
will be a 25-yard field goal attempt by the true freshman Connor Calvert, who's hit on 9 of 12 field goal attempts so far this year. Will Cobb the snapper, Cal Joseph the holder, and right down the middle. So after the shanked punt, Wake Forest able to come away with the first score of the game. 4:59 to go in the opening quarter. fastest growing cable news network in all of television is News Nation. News Nation respects all Americans and is news for all Americans. To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com.
Believe it or not, Tommy, we almost have more points than total yards.
You're right. You're exactly right. The two teams have combined for a grand total of 4 yards of offense. Who would have thunk it? And we have 3 points in the game. But, you know, give credit where credit is due. Both of these defenses are very good. Again, we brought up earlier, you know, the pass defense numbers for SMU don't look very good, but a lot of that had to do with 2 games, the only 2 games they lost, where they gave up a lot of passing yards late, blowing fourth-quarter leads against Baylor in overtime, against TCU, a very good offensive team. There you have it, my friend.
There's a stat. But I'll tell you what, though, they present problems in terms of SMU affecting quarterback, right? They are leading the ACC in sacks. Also, they're leading in terms of interceptions with 10. So they're being opportunistic as well, putting pressure on the quarterback.
All right, so let's see if Kevin Jennings and company can get things started here. Been very, very quiet. Tried to throw the football a lot so far. 10 pass attempts, only 1 rushing attempt, and it looks like they're going to throw it again. Empty backfield. And wow, how about that play by the Demon Deacons on defense right there. Mercy, mercy, Aiden Hall stepping right in there.
I mean, this is exactly what you do. Near foot, near shoulder, hit and drive for 5.
Hall has played in every game his first 2 years. This is his first year as a starter at middle linebacker. And now Johnson in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. And closing speed right there by Quincy Bryant. Boy, this defense has come to play again early on in this game. 3rd down and 11.
I'm talking about they're on them like a bodyguard, right? soon as the Mustang turns around, there's a Demon Deacon right there escorting him to the field.
I mean, you got to be fast to run down Chris Johnson Jr. now.
Yeah, but you know what, though? They're so prepared. This defense is ahead right now. They're understanding what's going on.
Well, they're coming after Jennings in a crossing pattern. Catches made by Brinson, but just nowhere to go. This smothering Wake Forest defense, at least for nearly a quarter, shutting down the SMU Mustangs. It's 3 and out. Well, their defensive coordinator, Scotty Hazelton, has brought his team to play now.
Yeah, when we spoke to Scotty yesterday, he was real enthusiastic about this defense in terms of how quickly they picked up all the terminology, all the schemes, because now he can really just unload whatever defense he wants to play, and these guys will execute it to perfection.
Carlos Hernandez stands back right around his own 40, and he'll field it roughly right there at the 37, a fair catch. We invite you to stick around all day long. CW Sports Weekend coming up next. Toledo at Washington State. Then the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs race into Martinsville. A spot in the championship on the line. That'll be followed by PBR Teams Championship from Las Vegas. And tomorrow, the PBR Team Series crowns a champion. CW Sports Weekend brought to you by Ariat. That continues next, only on the CW.
So a little bit of Wake Forest starting to run the football when during their last possession.
Jet sweep, first time we've called out the name of Chris Barnes, one of the most electrifying players in the country. He was at Washington State with Dickert a year ago. He is a redshirt freshman. In 3 of the last 5 games, he has gone for 170 or more all-purpose yards, and as you mentioned, had 3 touchdowns in the win over Oregon State.
Yeah, those are his 3 catches for 3 TDs. He's also extremely dangerous in the return game. He has a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown this season.
Only gained a couple of yards on first down, so now Ashford looks one way, rolls the other, throws, and underthrew. An open receiver down the field in Sterling Burkhalter, so it brings up a 3rd down and 7 for the Demon Deacons.
Yeah, right now, Robbie, he's tending to stare down his receivers, and there's a guy, I think it was Micah Mays, that hooked up right there. It was wide open.
Well, that's a good sign, we think, right there, seeing Deshaun Purdy, the starter today. He's been the backup the entire year, but he went into the tent. You heard from Russ Bryant a little while ago. They're going to run it on 3rd down and long, and Claiborne is just smothered. So both of these defenses completely shutting down opposing offenses through nearly a quarter of this game.
Yeah, you can see both offenses trying to get on the perimeter, but these defenses are extremely fast and taking that away immediately.
SMU has 10 yards of total offense. Wake Forest -1 yard of offense, and the team with -1 yard of offense leads the game. So now Joseph punts it away. That was nearly blocked. Short punt over near the sidelines and out of bounds inside the 30. Well, we remind you again, tonight the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs roar into Martinsville Speedway. 4 drivers will punch their ticket to the championship finale. That's tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on the CW. Our outstanding coverage of NASCAR and the Xfinity Series getting rave reviews from racing fans all over the country.
Based on the play calling, it could look like Coach Lashley is, being a little frustrated, a little stubborn. He's trying to get to his perimeter pass plays, but you have a really good running back in TJ Harden.
Yeah, 14 plays. They're going to run it to Harden on 1st down, and that's his best carry of the day. That might be the best single play of the day for either team.
Yeah, but this is what he does. He's able to move the pile. He averages 4.5 yards a carry. I mean, and that's really all you need in a running back to be productive with your offense. So right now, if he wants to keep throwing the football on the perimeter, Wake Forest is ready for that. They've been studying that all week. They know that's how they've been explosive. So right now, get back to being simple. Just run the football.
Gain of 5, so 2nd down and 5, and once more they're going to give it to Harden, and tracked down from behind by Langston Hardy. What a play again defensively for the Demon Deacons. They got a lot of speed on this defense.
Yeah, we talk about SMU and their speed. Wake Forest, they're just earlier on it. They're letting them know right now, you're not going to beat us on the perimeter. We're going to be there immediately. We're seeing all the signs. We're seeing all the pre-snap reads. You throw on the perimeter, you run outside, any outside zone, it's done.
That is a loss of 4, so it brings up 3rd down and 9. Final seconds, 34 seconds of this opening quarter. And that's Scotty Hazelton, the mastermind behind this Wake defense. But can they get a stop here? And the answer is no. It's caught across the middle by Yamir Knight. And a 1st down crossing midfield to the 47 on what will be the... Will it be? No, they're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Maybe get in one more snap before the end of the quarter. Jennings looking around, well protected this time. And throws. It should have been intercepted. My goodness. There is a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
And boy, penalties have just killed this Wake Forest team. Didn't get off the field in time. They have committed over the last 2 games 23 penalties, the most over a 2-game stretch in 25 years. So SMU on the move. But Jake Dickert's team a 3-0 lead at the end of 1. You're watching CW Football Saturday, presented by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza today. And by Ace, the helpful place. Well, 4 different schools. He was a Broyles Award semifinalist when Chandler's the nation's top assistant coach. Took over at SMU as a head man in 2022. Did Rhett Lashley, went 7-6 his first year, then 11-3, 11-3. And very nearly sacked is Jennings. And again, we call the name Newart Gatkuth. He's playing good football for Wake.
Yeah, you see him just come right off the block. Gets right in front of the quarterback, hands up. I don't want to block him with that eye black like that. That's
no.
For Halloween.
How about these numbers? You might want to black out your eyes entirely if you like offense.
Hey, if you love defense, you're at the right place. You're at the right place.
He got his second down. And you got to watch this guy every time he touches a football. Chris Johnson Jr. We saw him, what, about 3 weeks ago when he ripped off that 87-yard touchdown against Stanford.
Yeah, and it was the game was kind of like this. It was a little back and forth, and all of a sudden he just broke out for a touchdown.
Johnson remains in the game. They're going to give it to him again, and he's got running room. A gain of 8 on the first down carry to the Wake Forest 25. Boy, was his dad a good one. My goodness.
Here they go. Yeah, just explosive. Just explosive.
Somehow our producer, Scott Snyder, was able to graduate from there. I have no idea.
He knew somebody.
Yeah, he did. He didn't have any professors like Wes Bryant had here at Wake Forest.
Yeah, that is
they
hilarious,
were just throwing
man. That
out
made me
out there.
laugh pretty hard.
But now, finally, SMU's in a situation where they have a manageable third down. Not 3rd and 9, not 3rd and 10. Now it's 3rd and short. Assuming this will be 4-down territory for them.
Yep. T.J. Harden on a 3rd down and yard off to the left hip of Jennings. They're going to give it to him, and he'll have a first down. Able to lunge forward to the 20-yard line. So the first time today, this SMU offense getting a little bit of rhythm.
Yeah, and they're doing it in the interior, just running the football inside zone, then using both running backs, Chris Johnson and T.J. Harden.
Harden again, looking to cut it back, and is able to pick up 3. Forced back to the inside there by the free safety, Braylon Johnson. So they'll call it a gain of 2, 2nd down of 8.
BC as of late on this drive now are running the football. Rhett Lashley was getting out of his perimeter pass game. He's like, you know what, let me trust this offensive line. Let me use my 2 explosive running backs to just move this ball up the field.
Jordan Hudson in motion. Johnson just nowhere to go. He is bottled up by Jaden Loving there, the transfer from Western Kentucky. Good play by Loving. It'll bring up, going back to what you said a minute ago now, another 3rd down and long.
Yeah, but now, fortunately, they're in the red zone. So right here, I can see them taking a possible shot at the end zone on this play.
Lashley only 42 years young. He was a high school quarterback in Springdale, Arkansas. Believe it or not, his high school head coach was Gus Malzahn. Lofted towards the end zone, and what a play, what a play, what a play on defense, and we have called his name a number of times already today, Devon Patterson. What a great play this is.
Yeah, that's incredible. As I mentioned, take a shot to the end zone on this and possibly live for some points, and they run that corner route, which is, I repeated earlier, a difficult route to defend. Does a good job getting his head back and playing the hands in the football, knocking that down.
Sam Keltner, the ACC Special Teams Player of the Week, hit 2 48-yarders and a 51-yarder in the win over Clemson. This from 36, and hammers it right down the middle, which will tie the game. So a couple of minutes into this second quarter, We're tied at 3. You're watching CW Football Saturday, presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Well, welcome back to a legacy stadium. 5-2 SMU Mustangs, 4-2 Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Homecoming weekend here in Winston-Salem. Little pooch kick and trying to cover it up. And able to do so, Wake Forest right at the 30-yard line. Let's check in with the guys back in our studio. That's a very important game if you're thinking about not only the SEC title, but maybe as an at-large for the college football playoff. I mean, the loser of that game might have a tough time getting into the playoff. First down, Thompson, hit the receiver Barnes right in the midst and incomplete.
Yeah, he was ready to get out of there. He knew he had one-on-one on the outside. He was ready to catch it, get upfield.
Barnes going to come off the field. He rarely ever comes off the field. He has been their best offensive player so far this year, just having a fantastic redshirt freshman year. If you're just joining us, Ashford has been the starter the entire season till he got hurt. Did not play at Oregon State, did not start today. And making the reception is Claiborne out of the backfield. A very short gain. Wes Bryant.
Yeah, just looking, Matthew Hibner, big-time tight end for SMU, going to the locker room. I talked to Casey Woods this week, and I asked him who were the MVPs not named Kevin Jennings, and he named Matthew Hibner as one of 2 of those players.
How about that? So a 3rd down and 9, and barely any time has gone off the clock. He had a drop pass, he had a 1-yard gain. And they are coming after the quarterback. Good protection and nearly intercepted on a throw down the middle by the middle linebacker Brandon Booker.
Yeah, there were so many SMU defenders. As the saying goes, he threw it into a team meeting right there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys on that play. So I don't know what he saw there, but again, not able to get production on offense for the Demon Deacons. Now they're actually out of the negative.
They're exactly at 0 yards on offense, Wake Forest, and 11-10 to go in the second quarter of a 3-3 game. This one will send Ymir Knight, who's unable to get it in the air, picks it up off a couple of bounces and is dropped at the 15-yard line. Well covered on special teams by the Demon Deacons. The newest show in the iconic TV series Law & Order Toronto, Criminal Intent, is on the CW. Same team that brought you the original series. New episode is Wednesday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on the CW. Well, Wes Bryant, you're back for homecoming. You brought your son along. Have you had a chance to see some old friends since you've been back so far?
I actually did. As soon as we walked in the building, I saw a couple of old teammates and classmates, so it's been a lot of fun. I expected to see more guys down here on the field as well, but didn't get to see them, but that's okay. I'm here, and we had a good time walking the quad and going through some memories. We'll leave those to me.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And our audience thanks you as well, Wes Bryant. Jennings, great protection and misfires. He had a wide open, and I do mean wide open, tight end R.J. Maryland, who's had a great career at SMU. One of the very best ever. All-time leader for touchdowns by a tight end. Second most receptions, second most receiving yards. So neither quarterback very sharp. Early on, that ball is loose. And Wake Forest has recovered inside the 15-yard line. Loving the one who covered it up. It may have been Gabe Kershke who knocked it loose. And how about that turn of events?
Make it rain on the sideline. Love it. Yeah, he comes around and he attacks the upfield shoulder. This is what I love. Don't just go and try to get a big hit on the quarterback. Go for the football. Make a game-changing play. Now you have the football in the low red zone.
Well, I mean, field position, you can't ask for any better than Wake Forest has had in this game. Their average field position has been the 50-yard line, average. Now they take over inside the 15, nose of the ball to the 14. Can they get Claiborne going? That's where they say they have really struggled, is running inside the red zone. They're going to pitch it to Claiborne, looking for room, and just not much there.
Yeah, again, you see them with the run game, trying to attack the perimeter. They talked about, too, using Claiborne in these ISOs, the zones, outside zone, inside zones, and just his progression in terms of reading the run the right way. So he's been improving, but you'll see here him trying to find the right way to go in these plays.
Claiborne to the right of the quarterback, Ashford, who's going to throw it. He's looking one way, comes back the other way, and this is a touchdown. Falai, the tight end, corrals his second touchdown reception of the year, so they take advantage of the strip sack by Kurski into a touchdown.
Yeah, such a great play design of misdirections, wheels and shallows, really having their defense eyes all over the place.
Now Connor Calvert for the point after. Out of the hold from his punter Cal Joseph, and it's right down the middle, and don't look now. Long way to go in this one. Figured to be a tight game. And that we have in Winston-Salem, the home team in front by 7 on homecoming weekend.
Let's take a look at today's Royal Caribbean game summary. From the first play, Sean Purdy already knocked out today's game, still getting checked out, but then you have Demon Deacons getting the strip sack, great field position, and then the Demon Deacons, Robbie Ashford leading them into the end zone for the lead, 10-3.
How about that?
Affected the quarterback a lot today, both of these defenses.
Yes, they have.
But as you mentioned, the thing that stood out, or that does stand out the most, is the field position for Wake Forest.
Well, you had the 4th down try inside their own territory by SMU that failed. So you took over. You had the shank punt, and they took over inside the 30. And now the strip sack fumble leads to a touchdown. 20 consecutive wins in conference play. The last time SMU lost a conference game, you've got to go back against Tulane in 2022. 11-0 since joining the Atlantic Coast Conference. Won the regular season title a year ago. It was a first down run and just not much there for Hardin. Of course, they would lose to Clemson at the buzzer in the ACC championship game and then lost to Penn State in the opening round of the college football playoff. But it doesn't take anything away from what Brent Lashley has done. And look at that, outscoring opponents during this conference winning streak by better than 3 touchdowns. We give it to Hardin.
Yeah, and these plays right here are wins. This offense, obviously, we know is extremely explosive, but right here, these are wins because Wake Forest knows they have tons of film now. They know what you're trying to do, and they're taking that away. They're taking away the downfield passing game, the perimeter passing game. They're making you run the football and just take that.
And that's their MO, right? They just don't give up the big chunk plays.
Correct.
All right, so 3rd down. Are they going to run it or throw it? They're going to throw it. Catch is made, but unable to get the first down is Maryland. That is just outstanding defense. And do you go for it from your own 34-yard line? Nope. He thought about it for a minute and sends out the punt team.
I was nervous because if they were going to, I was going to be like, oh, goodness.
Tell you, this guy, we talked about Lashley. This guy right here is doing a great job.
Oh, Coach Dickert is absolute leader. The absolute professional leader to lead any football team.
Yeah, he is going to win a lot of games as a head coach. Very short punt once again. Let's see where they mark this thing. The sideline of Wake Forest screaming it should be at the 45-yard line. We'll see if the officials agree, and they do agree. In fact, they agree better than that at the 47-yard line. Second terrible punt by McSparran in the game today. Alrighty, great field position once again for the Demon Deacons after the 10-yard punt. There's been a 10-yard punt or a 19-yard punt. There's been a 19-yard punt and a 9-yard punt by McSparran so far today of SMU. Claiborne 8 attempts, only 9 rushing yards. He'll get it a 9th time and slips behind the right tackle up close to the 50-yard line. A gain of almost 3 for Damon Claiborne.
You notice that first play right there, Wake Forest came out in 12 personnel, trying to shrink down formation and maybe have some DBs try to come in the box and stop the run there. Now they're going back to 11. So seeing a lot of like different adjustments, different formations, personnels with this Wake Forest offense.
A total of 16 yards offensively, and there's Claiborne. Little bit better run that time, his best run of the day. And that'll get him to the 45-yard line, which brings up a 3rd down and 2. You look at some of the numbers for Claiborne. I mean, what a career he has had. He's a touchdown machine. .38 career games, has 28 touchdowns, 24 of those rushing touchdowns, ranks in the top 5 all time at Wake Forest in that category. And he'll rank in the top 4 all-time rushing leaders before this season is over. Ashford throws, and it looked like it hit Micah Mays Jr. right in the chest. Now, would Wake Forest go for it here on 4th and 2? The answer is no. Demon Deacon's going to play this field position game.
Yeah, it's a good pass. If I'm going to be on the defense for Mays, he kind of lost it because he saw, I think Kilgore was right there in front of him. But that's why you do the distraction drill, where you sit in front of the receiver and you just wave his hands to try to help him find the football, because you're going to have to catch the football in traffic. Just like that right there.
Well, trying to pin them deep inside their own territory once again. Here is Cal Joseph, end over end punt. Ymir Knight a fair catch, but really not where they wanted that one to be if you're Wake. It's caught at the 13-yard line. This week on NXT, all about the next big thing. The man they call all ego, Ethan Page. You love him or hate him. 8 Eastern Tuesday night, 7 Central, right here on the CW. Wes Bryant, you love him or you hate him?
Hey, man, I love it. I love the NXT action. Again, like I said, I love to see these stars become stars.
I know, but do you like him?
Yeah, I do, man. I like him. There are a lot of NXT superstars that I like, man, so I'll be locked in this week to see what happens next.
All right. All right. I mean, if your son decides not to play basketball anymore, he might be in the NXT.
He just might, man. We can look at that as a career option.
Why not? First down, Johnson, and not much running room, picks up a couple of yards on first down.
Yeah, this Demon Deacons defense, that's a little ration right there, right? They continue to swarm on every single play.
Take a look at this. 1 field goal, 4 punts, a fumble, and they went for it on a 4th down and 2 and didn't get it. And 2 of those punts traveled a total of 27 yards. Jennings under pressure right from the get-go and just throws it away. I mean, they are beating this SMU offensive line, which is a really good offensive line. And Wake Forest, a team that, has been very good in terms of allowing points. They're not all that great in terms of picking up sacks, only 13 of them on the year.
But still able to affect the quarterback. And right now, Kevin Jennings has not been comfortable back there looking down the field. He's been pretty much scrambling or escaping the majority of the plays today.
So now 3rd down and 9. Better protection this time, and wide open down the middle of the field is Maryland. And he's all the way close to the 35-yard line. How about that play just when the Mustangs needed it most?
Yeah, they gave Kevin Jennings just enough time to get the football down the field while taking a hit. You do wonder, as Scotty Hazelton, how does a tight end end up wide open in the middle of the field?
It's a 49-yard gain. They dump it off to Harden out of the backfield. And they don't even have time to set the chains. I mean, the chain gang over there, they got to step it up a little bit. You got to move. Got to move now.
Chain gang needs some cleats.
They're finally just now catching up. First down at the 26-yard line for SMU, trying to tie this game up with a touchdown. And that one is thrown through the back of the end zone. Good coverage down there on Jordan Hudson, who had that monster game, the best game of his career in the win over Clemson last week. 7 receptions, 131 yards, and a touchdown. He was injured early on this year, and they had some other guys stepped up, did a nice job, Jalen Cooper in particular, but now they've got Hudson back.
Yeah, and he's definitely one of their dynamic players. You saw right there, they tried to ISO him one-on-one with the corner, but it wasn't open, so therefore Kevin Jennings threw it out of bounds.
Johnson, very patient runner right there. Originally started his career, played 1 season at Miami of Florida, and now transfers to SMU.
Yeah, I just love the way he runs. He just has great vision, quick feet, change directions. Kind of like me in high school a little bit.
Oh, he's limping over there now. Well, he is a speedster now. I mean speedster. They got a lot of fast guys in Florida. He won the 100 and 200-meter dashes in the state of Florida. And on a third down and short, they don't get it with Harden. And you got to believe, well, I'm not going to say for sure, because with Rhett Lashley, you never know. But we saw him go for it on 4th down from midfield. You got to believe he's going for it on 4th down at the 17-yard line, right?
Yeah, you can see the offense is staying right now. They feel good. They got the ball all the way down the field on this drive right now, so they feel pretty good with what they're doing.
All right, they've got Harden off to the right side, trips to the bottom of your screen, and they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout. SMU, they're first. 30 seconds.
So 10-3 with 3:58 to go until halftime. A reminder coming up next, a non-conference battle as Toledo, the Rockets, head to Pullman to take on Washington State. Yeah, Washington State, they're in good hands. You and I were talking about that today with Scotty Rogers. Toledo, Washington State coming up next only on the CW.
Yeah, they are in great hands. We talked about just coaches who had great success at the FCS level. They really know how to recruit and coach because they don't have the great resources that these top programs have.
They'll be joining the all-new Pac-12, and changing his mind is Lashley. He's going to go ahead and kick a 35-yard field goal. So they got the big 49-yard reception on 3rd down and long to their tight end. They get a couple of more first downs and now have to settle for a field goal try from Keltner. And it is good. So with 3:53 to go, remember now, Wake is getting ready to get the football, and Wake Forest will get the football to begin the second half. Lashley over there talking his offense up, able to make a couple of good plays and big plays for the first time really all day today.
Yeah, I mean, a huge credit to what the defense for Wake Forest has been doing. I mean, they literally have been tackling, not allowing any extra yards after carry, after reception. I mean, every time you turn around and you see an SMU player with the football, you see about 10 black jerseys surrounded them. Being opportunistic, hands on the football, late wins on one-on-ones, downfield in coverage, and getting to the quarterback, creating turnovers. I mean, what Scotty Hazelton has done with this defense is just incredible. And he talked about how they're so bought in that now he's able to cross-train guys. So you might see some linebackers in coverage like you've seen. You might see a cornerback or a safety blitz. He's able to interchange these guys where you never know who's going to show up or who's going to be in coverage or who's going to blitz.
Still Robbie Ashford, the quarterback. He originally came out of high school in Hoover, Alabama. He was a football star and a baseball star. He wanted to play both in college, and the only school that would give him that chance was Oregon. Now, he played on a baseball team for 1 year, never got on the field with a football team. He transferred as a redshirt freshman, was a starting quarterback at Auburn, and was the Tigers' offensive player of the year. But then they had a coaching change. He was not the starter the following year. Transferred to South Carolina last year, where he was a backup. And now his first year at Wake Forest, and on a first down throw complete to Burkhalter, the senior out of Cincinnati who transferred from Cincinnati. And that's enough for a first down. It looks like the quarterback might have gotten hurt. Yep.
It looks like that hand again landed on the helmet.
I think that was DJ Warner, sophomore out of Phoenix, who had a sack in that win against Clemson, transferred in from Kansas. He's going to throw it, or is he? He can run. Flag is down, and when a play lasts that long with a quarterback holding the ball more times than not, it could mean a hold on the offense. Although we'll see.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, when you're in a, if you're Robbie, you're in a pretty much a great competition, quarterback competition like this. No injury is going to take you to the sideline, especially when you know your backup can throw the football like he did a week ago. So he's going to toughen it out. We mentioned earlier, he's such a strong-minded, tough kid physically.
We saw him gut through that game as we brought up earlier. There's Claiborne, his best run of the day, so gets a large chunk of it back. That's a gain of 8. Bring up second down, and we'll call it 12. You like that up cam, don't you?
Big fan of it.
Yeah.
Big fan because it gives you the perspective pretty much of the linebackers, and for a defender like myself who's played nickel, that's pretty much what I see. I see this right here.
Although you were all over your son's case the other day, not being able to see very well in his game. I mean, good Lord. All right, completion here. And short of a first down, but it certainly brings up third down and manageable, and that is Barnes, his first significant play of the game. They're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Well, I did not see Wake make a substitution there, and the officials held up for SMU to make one. Maybe they did.
I think there's possibly a change for the receivers.
And that'll get us to the 2-minute timeout. Stay tuned for the final 2 minutes of the half, presented by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. All right, final 2 minutes of the half, and it's time for the 2-minute drill presented by the Active Cash credit card from Wells Fargo. Via 2%er, earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. It's a big play right here, Will.
Yeah, this is a massive play. Definitely want to get the first hit in this 2-minute situation to keep the drive moving. You want to come away with something going into the half, knowing you're going to get the football back. 6, 3, either one is better. Doesn't matter.
Man, you don't want this SMU offense to have another shot at it with a couple of minutes to go. And it's knocked down. How about that? It looked like Terry Webb dropped into coverage a little bit, a little soft coverage, and was able to knock it down. Webb has been all over the field for SMU today. And that's Chris Johnson Jr. headed back to the locker room. Saw him limp off after a 8-9 yard run the last possession. That's not good news.
Yeah, that's what you don't want. You got your surefire firework person who can make all the plays for you on the perimeter and down the field.
And they faked a punt. There is a penalty flag down, and there's another one down. So there was a penalty flag right behind the line of scrimmage, which generally makes you think it's the offense, but then the flag at the end makes you think there may have been a face mask or something along those lines, as Jake Dickert pulls a rabbit out of a hat and surprises SMU, but will it stand? Boy, he is hot down there.
Yeah, perhaps somebody wasn't set on the other side, you know. Usually when you get in a situation like this where you want to run a fake, you got to make sure all guys are set or on the line of scrimmage, because you're not running a typical formation.
So we're going to wait and hear from the officials.
There are fouls by both teams. Illegal formation, kicking team. Personal foul, face mask, defense. Those fouls offset. Replay 4th down.
Yeah, you had the illegal formation, so you don't have enough guys that were set up top of your screen. You have to have somebody on football, and then you have right here the easy call with the face mask.
Well, you know, you wait and you wait and you wait when you're a head coach to use that play. And then when your guys just don't get up on the line of scrimmage, and he has not been happy with all the penalties we brought up earlier that Wake Forest has been committing. Even though the Demon Deacons have won the 2 games, they've had 23 penalties, and that is a killer penalty right there.
It is, because in this situation, if you're able to convert that punt, you get the first down with the penalty.
Saturday, November 8th, CW courtside. Saturday back. All tips off. Number 6 Duke against Western Carolina from Cameron Indoor Stadium. CW courtside Saturday. Duke and Western Carolina, November 8th, 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, only on the CW. Looking forward to getting back to courtside Saturday hoops.
Yeah, with the fake punt and the penalty, you get exactly what you want, but instead, as you mentioned, more penalties on the Demon Deacons.
I mean, we brought it up with Coach Dickert yesterday.
Offense, number 3, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
And he said, you know, they go into 3 different categories, and he walked through all that, but he just said it's just unacceptable. 23 of them in 2 games, and somehow you come away with wins in those games.
Well, it helps when you keep points off the board. That's a big deal.
All right, so a 1st down and 15. TJ Harden in the backfield. That's a tight end, Maryland, in motion. They're going to hand it off to Harden. And he works his way up close to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. Will bring up 2nd down and 11. Clock rolling and 1:35 to go until halftime.
Yeah, you got 1:30, still have 2 timeouts. So you're interesting to see what this play selection will be. Are they going to try to go all the way down the field and get a touchdown, or are they just going to go to the half?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to the half. They originally got up to the line of scrimmage. Of course, you say that, and then they bust one for 80, you know. So you never know with this SMU team. Have playmakers all over the field. But Wake Forest, on the defensive side of the ball, the ones making the call, and they're just going to hand it off. That's what we're talking about. You brought it up earlier. Black jerseys everywhere, led by Dylan Hazen.
Surrounded.
Lake's going to call a timeout here and see if it can't get the ball back.
Yeah, you can see Coach at the bottom of the screen here running to call a timeout. I think it was going to be really predicated based on how this play went. They were able to get the run, tackle for loss, where he's like, okay, there's a chance where based on what they've been doing on special teams, shanking these punts, you know, we could get good field position here.
Now, I mean, how do you think this conversation's going? You think he's thanking her for that B? That's his professor. He was talking about earlier. Glowing remarks about what an impact she made in his life when he was a student here at Wake Forest. She looks great. Man, she looks great. She kind of blew him off a little bit there, I think. What do you think, Will?
She probably got a text saying, did he really get a B in that class?
That's exactly. She's ashamed of herself. All right, this is a third down. And SMU looks as though it's going to throw the ball. They do. And it looks like it's going to be very close to a first down. A flag comes in late. And the Wake Forest strong safety Nick Anderson clapping his hands as though this is going to go against SMU. I don't think that they got a first down, as Yamir Knight was short. And was this a late block by 70?
You're going to see 71 there, right here.
Logan Parr.
Speaking of talking to my son, I told him, listen, do not stand around the pile because those linemen will come and get you.
Logan Parr still shaking his head over there. All ACC performer, 3-year starter, and a team captain for the Mustangs.
Look, he probably warms up on the bar with how much Prince he weighs.
That's exactly right.
He probably didn't push him hard. That's just what happened.
Yeah, when you go 318.
The ruling in the field is the runner was short of the line to gain. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 71. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Wake Forest has declined a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 56 seconds. It will start on the snap.
So they can burn 25 seconds on this once they start this clock.
Yeah, this is tough.
Wake has a timeout here.
Yeah, this is wild because they're short, right, of the first down, and the penalty happened after the play. So then now they're back there.
That's a double win. Look at this alignment. I mean, they're not going to stay in this alignment, but they want to make sure this punt is well protected here. And here it comes off the left foot. And dropped. And it's loose. And it's picked up. And it cannot be advanced. But it's going to be SMU football. So the best laid plans there, of course, by Dickert. You caught a break on the penalty. You were going to get the ball right around midfield. And then your punt returner, Carlos Hernandez, drops the ball.
I know exactly what he was thinking. He said, look, Peter, the punt is short. He was going to get away from it in the last second. He said, wait a minute, I can actually try to get this. So he was real indecisive right there, but that right there is tough. That is not what you want to happen. They were going to be in a great situation to try to leave this half with more points and then give it right back to SMU.
Link Rhodes able to pick it up. Brought up earlier, he cannot advance that ball, but it's at the 46-yard line. And SMU has 2 timeouts remaining and now thinking about some points after pretty much conceding time on the clock at the end of the half. They lay it off for a 2-yard gain by Derek McFall, the redshirt freshman out of Tyler, Texas. He had a nice game against Clemson. He's a talented player. 4-star high school recruit.
I think about that muff rule, how you can't You cannot advance them off. But on kickoff, you can advance that. It's a live football. So that's
doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't
I mean, if a guy botches returning
right,
a
he
punt,
drops the
it
punt.
should be picked up in advance. I don't get it.
But for the times that I dropped the punts, I am thankful that's not a rule.
Yeah, but you ran some back for touchdowns, too. Jennings slings it, and it's intercepted. Now, was he down? Did they say he was down? Still on his feet and still running is Prunty inside the 20 all the way down to the 13. Was he ever down when he made the interception? And it looks like this is going to stand, that he was not down. How about this? No, he came down on top of the defender. His fanny never hit the ground.
The ruling on the field is an interception. The play is under review.
Well, can that wrist be counted, or are you able to, sort of keep your hand down there, wrist down there, to keep from going to the ground, I guess is the question, Will.
Yeah, it looked like his shin possibly skimmed the grass, the turf as well.
Rhett Lashley is saying this is coming back. That might be hopeful thinking.
Regardless, though, you gave the football right back to the Demon Deacons in the situation. Oh, man.
And again, it didn't look like his left.
You see his left shin right there. Right. Yeah, his left shin.
Yeah. Shin may have made contact with the ground. Taking a long time to make this decision here. Let's watch the left shin.
Boom.
Calf. Yeah, looked like it made contact with the ground. So they're going to start walking back the other way.
Nevertheless, great play. You win your one-on-one battle out there. I think Prunty's the one who got
after review,
hit after the whistle, too.
The intercepting player was down at the 33-yard line. It's first down. Wake Forest.
Well, lots to cheer about, especially on defense for the Demon Deacons here in this first half against one of the best offensive teams in the country, one of the highest scoring teams in the country in SMU.
Yeah, and you talk all year about the athletes on SMU, how they're able to win their one-on-one matchups, and in this game so far, SMU has been winning their one-on-one matchups.
And now the starter in the game at quarterback, Deshaun Purdy, comes back onto the field for the final 38 seconds of this half.
Yeah, if I'm SMU, I'm thinking like, okay, this ball's going down the field.
So Purdy in there.
Purdy with the big arm. I'm expecting shots immediately.
Yep. He's going to throw it on first down. And lays it off. Big hit on the tight end. Delivered by Alexander Kilgore. Team captain at 11 tackles in the win over Clemson. There's a lot going on there. A lot going on. Second down, Purdy to throw it again. Fires into triple coverage and nearly intercepted.
I think he got that.
Or did he get it before it hit the ground? Ahmad Moses, and it is a turnover. It's like neither one of these teams won any points before the end of the half. SMU had the ball through an interception, and now a potential interception corralled by the Mustangs. I don't know that ball. It's tough to tell. Looked like there was a little bit of juggling going on there. You be the judge.
Yeah, he keeps his right hand under the football, which I believe is enough.
Well, it's It looked like that ball came loose under there. Ahmad Moses, his third interception of the season, and now SMU offensively right back on the field at their own 48-yard line, and the Mustangs have 2 timeouts left. 20 seconds to go, 27 to go, and Jennings fires. Catch by Brinson, steps out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That'll be 3 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, keep in mind SMU still has 2 timeouts, so expect a lot of quick game, trying to get down the field. Maybe try an opportunity to take a shot to the end zone right now. Maybe when you get to the 40.
23 seconds left. Jennings, good protection. And catch is made first time. The ball isn't loose. Are you kidding me? That is a 3rd turnover in less than 1 minute of this second quarter. Now Lashley is saying, was the runner down already?
No, that is out. That's a great play.
I think it was 8. No, the strip there was made by Patterson again. Boy, what a monster half he has had.
Yeah, Patterson has been all over the field. But as I mentioned, as soon as the Mustang catches the football, you got a player for the Demon Deacons right there.
Yeah, if I'm Wake Forest, I'm taking a knee. I'm not taking a chance anymore, even with 15 seconds left. 3 turnovers in a minute. 2 by SMU and 1 by Wake Forest, and they're in shotgun on a first down from their own 38-yard line. They're going to throw it.
Yeah, Tommy, we need more action. We need more points.
Lay it off. And sprinting for the sidelines, and that'll stop the clock with 7 seconds left, is Ty Clark III. Now, Coach Dicker told us, even though his field goal kicker, Connor Calvert, his season long is 43. He said, I am more than comfortable with this guy trying a 57-yard field goal.
Yeah, he said, I'd rather do that than just throw it up for a Hail Mary. He said, I believe he has a chance to hit a field goal that far.
Well, you still need a lot of yardage here with 7 seconds left. Wake does have 2 timeouts left. Don't know if you have enough time to get that kind of yardage. And the catch is made, a timeout immediately. That ball to 37. So right now, you'd be looking at basically a 55-yard, 54-yard field goal attempt. And here are all these turnovers in the last minute of play.
Yeah, you have the muff punt right there, and then boom, you got the pick by Prunty on the outside. That's 2.
I said 3. There's 4 of them.
And then you got,
I meant on offense.
You got Moses with another pick, and then the strip by Patterson.
I mean, you go all the way back to when there was that personal foul right against Parr, and they punted from their own end zone, and Dickert's thinking, hey man, we got a chance, right? The punt, fumble, then a turnover, then a turnover, then another turnover.
Well, every time in the situation, the team believes they have a chance, and then they give the football right back.
Well, they're going to try a 55-yard field goal from Connor Calvert. His season long is 43. But Coach Dicker told us he thinks this kid has more than enough leg. And now a timeout.
Might as well use it, right? The whole icing thing is funny to me.
I guess. This has been the longest 2 minutes as far as a watch is concerned in the history of college football. We've had 4 turnovers. And here what we're talking about, as long as 43. He is a transfer freshman. He came over with Dickert, did Connor Calvert, from Washington State. He did not have a single field goal attempt or point after attempt last year at Washington State.
Well, context matters, because if, say it is a 40-yard field goal, how many yards after, right, did it still travel?
Okay, here we go. 55-yarder. He lets it fly, and it is far. to the left, and that will be the final play of this opening half. A half dominated by both defenses and very little offense. So after the break, back to the CW Football Saturday studio with Mike Yam and Michael Bumpus. 10-6, Demon Deacons lead it at halftime. You're watching CW Football Saturday, presented by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza today. How about right now?
How about right now?
All right, now I got a question for you. Is this really good defense? Is this bad offense, or a combination of the two as you look at those numbers?
I think this is outstanding defense, especially when you look at yards per play, what they're doing there. I think this is really good defense. However, there have been some mishaps, particularly special teams, right, from the kicking game and the return game. And then some opportunistic plays. You know, the defense, especially for Wake Forest, they've been real tight in coverage.
Wes Bryant, you had a chance to catch up with Coach Lashley. I can't imagine he's all that thrilled at halftime.
He was not at all. He said they have to get back to playing SMU football. He said stop giving Wake Forest gifts by way of shanking punts, busting coverages, turning the football over. To sum it all up, he said they are executing at an awful level.
All right, wait a minute, Wes. Before I let you go, we saw you talking to your professor.
Yes.
Okay. Now, were you thanking her at that point for that B, or was she like in disbelief she gave you a B?
Listen, I was an honor roll student all through school, but it was a great reunion to be able to meet her. See, I didn't know if she was going to remember me, to be frank, but she definitely did. She said, you're still a big guy, and she wanted to know what I said about her on the broadcast, and I told her, so she was happy about that as well. So it was so great to see her.
I know you were an all-ACC academic student.
Not quite. Not in college.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. At least on this telecast, you were.
All right, we'll go with that then. I'll roll with it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Homecoming here in Winston-Salem. A homecoming for our main man, Wes Bryant, down there. Okay, here we go to begin the second half. You know, the second half and the fourth quarter in particular have not been kind to these two teams. Wake Forest has led at halftime in every game for which it has played. But look at the scoring margin, the numbers in the second half so far this year.
Well, hopefully in this case, it is the opposite in terms of what they can do production-wise. And also the defense still playing really tough, not allowing many points.
Well, they're going to go with Purdy to begin the second half. He got injured early on in the opening quarter. Hit on 3 of 6, 24 yards, through that interception right near the end of the half. But can they run the ball in the second half? They're going to try to start it. And a couple of yards there for Damon Claiborne. Very quiet for Claiborne. 11 carries, 23 yards in the opening half. And SMU is extremely stingy against everybody in the run game. I mean, and what they did last week to Clemson was mind-boggling. 30 attempts, 35 rushing yards. A throw and a catch made by Micah Mays Jr. is a first down up to the 41-yard line.
You see here with Purdy starting off the half, you see a little bit of tempo. They're turning around. They're going to huddle, line up quick to the line of scrimmage and get going. But this is a unique situation when you select a starter, but your actual starter is still available. And so in terms of game planning, like what do you do? Play calling, how do you set this situation up?
Going to throw it on first down, pump fake, and then down the middle of the field, and it is intercepted. So we pick up where we left off at the end of the opening half. We had 4 turnovers in about a minute and a half. And this is their preseason All-American, Isaiah Wacobia, who gets his second pick of the season.
Yeah, you see it. He's looking right over the middle, and again, just missed it outside, and Wacobia was in great position, reading the quarterback's eyes and making the play.
Ball just sailed on him, so big takeaway from this SMU defense, and that's the name of the game for SMU on defense. Came in, 15 takeaways, 6th most in the country, and now a chance to turn that into points, trailing by 4 in the opening minute plus of the second half. Empty backfield for Jennings, who throws, and the catch is made by Derek McFall, and he is very close to a first down. A penalty thrown from all over at the other side of the field. Flag comes in at the 20, right in front of the SMU bench. And Rhett Lashley does not look happy.
Personal foul, face mask, offense, number 3, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's a wide receiver, Romello Brinson. They're going to back him up from the 30. And, of course, they had pretty good gain there. And now the ball has moved all the way back to the, still waiting on the official spot. Looks like the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that's a call you rarely see on the outside. Receiver blocking, they call the face mask.
All right, so a first down from the 37-yard line. Be officially a first down and 17. McFall in the backfield after the injury to Chris Johnson Jr., and he picks a couple of yards up on first down. McFall, an amazing story in high school. I mean, he played quarterback, then they moved him to wide receiver. He played a little bit, and I mean very little, running back. But he was such a phenomenal athlete that he was labeled as the athlete coming out of high school as a 4-star recruit.
Yeah, shown great ability on this team, running and receiving.
He's got a bright future for the Mustangs. All right, second down. And across the middle. Good pickup on second down. Catch made by Clayton Johnson. And they're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage on this third down. And now they're not. They're going to huddle up.
You see these numbers there on very little numbers, which is showing how great Wake Forest defense has been playing in the first half.
Look at those third down conversions. 3 of 11 for SMU and 1 for 8 for Wake. We have had a total of 6 of them. 6 count of turnovers in this game. All right, so a third down, and Jennings throws incomplete. He was under heavy pressure. They brought the house, and the first man there was Aiden Hall. So a field goal try coming up again for the Mustangs, and Coach Lashley has to be incredibly frustrated.
Yeah, they did a great job on the outside with Patterson. They saw him on Ymir Knight, and they didn't see the switch happen, as in Kevin Jennings didn't see the switch. He did an awesome job locking that play up.
43-yard attempt by Sam Keltner, the redshirt freshman. He's got plenty of leg, hit from 48 twice and 51 last week. And this one is hooked wide left, so they come away with no points after the interception to begin the second half. Holy Moses. You're watching CW College Football Saturday, presented by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza today. And by Ariat. When you're thinking boots and jeans, you're thinking Ariat. Yes, closing in on Halloween next weekend.
When was the last time you carved a pumpkin, Tommy?
I'm going to say about 4 years ago. How about you?
You gotta get back on that, bro.
Well, I might. Although I saw a trick on the internet the other day where people use a power washer to do it. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Takes about 1/10 of the time. Might have to try that. Flag on first down, and this might be against SMU. We wait on the penalty. Maybe they're picking it up. We're not sure exactly what is going on here.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 12 was hurt. That penalty is declined.
Okay.
Second down.
Coach Lashley going to decline that penalty, so second down and 10 for Wake Forest. We're not even where we're a little better than 3 minutes into this second half, and already we've had a turnover and a missed field goal, so 10-6 in favor of Wake. Boy, this is a stingy SMU defense, especially against the run, allowing fewer than 100 yards per game on the ground to opponents.
Yeah, when you have guys like Jeffrey Emba and Terry Webb, Brandon Miazano can just find the way to the running back and make the play.
Wake 1 of 8 on third down. This will be third down and 10. Need to get up to the 36-yard line. Purdy fires. Catch is made by Burkhalter, but he looks like he's short of a first down by about a yard. Maybe 2 yards. There's no way, right, Coach Dickert? No, there's no way he's going here. No chance. He'll send out the punt unit.
Yeah, Marcellus Barnes Jr. was draped, not just draped all over, he was bear hugging him. That was a tough catch. Yeah, you don't mess around. You punt this ball. Let your defense do their thing.
Kyle Joseph on the punt. Ymir Knight stands back inside of his own 30-yard line. And not a good punt there by Joseph, so good field position for SMU. This is CW Football Saturday, part of CW's Super Sports Weekend, brought to you by Ariat. When you're thinking boots and jeans, you're thinking Ariat. Well, down in Texas, they're always thinking about boots and jeans, aren't they? They're thinking about a first down is what they're thinking about. This offense has just been completely stymied. 184 total yards, and 50 of those came on one play. Jennings fakes to McFall under heavy pressure, and again has to get it away, and that has been the story of the day. Jennings, who is having such a terrific season, has just been flustered by this Wake Forest pass rush. 16 out of 30 for 137 yards. Man,
the rush is definitely getting there, but I'll tell you what, the secondary and the linebackers, they are playing outstanding coverage. They are where they need to be. Anytime he finds an open receiver, there's a Demon Deacon right there in the way.
All right, a second down, and again Jennings dumps it off to McFall. Nice little stutter step to get some room and picks up close to 5. It'll bring up third down for the Mustangs, winners of 20 consecutive conference games. SMU has not lost a game in the ACC since coming on board a year ago. And of course, that's a regular season game. They lost in the ACC Conference Championship game in Charlotte last year to Clemson at the buzzer. Third down and 5. Here comes a blitz. They pick it up. Throw down the middle of the field. Was that a reception by Knight? Yes, at the 30-yard line. He had to go down on one knee to get it. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
The ruling on the field of a completed pass is under review.
And not because he had it between his legs. You know, that came as he was rolling forward.
Bounced off
it looked
the turf.
like it bounced off the ground.
Yeah, that's such a tough catch, running across field, full speed and having to slide down and get your knuckles under the football.
I mean, this is, you're right, this is tough, man. Yeah, that ball hit the ground. Well, the question is, do they have enough video evidence to say it did indeed hit the ground? The SMU already walking backwards. The offense. And the officials now take the football backwards, and here is the judiciary ruling.
After review, the pass was incomplete. 4th down.
And SMU will have to punt the ball.
Another stop for this Wake Forest defense. They're just been playing sound.
They really
coverage.
have. I mean, they're giving up 20 points per game in a college game today, and you say, well, you know, I mean, come on, who have they played? Hey, look, they are a microsecond away from beating Georgia Tech this year. Let's not forget that. In fact, should have had the win at Georgia Tech. Did lose to NC State. Much better punt. And it goes to the end zone. Punter saying, you got to be kidding. I've been kicking them 20 yards all day long. I blast one from 60 and nobody can get down there. Well, maybe they weren't expecting you to kick it 60.
Let's take a look at today's Moments of Joy presented by IHOP. Order now for delivery. It is nothing more joyful than getting the sack fumble for the Demon Deacons, which led to a lovely touchdown. Look at this joyful crowd.
Yeah.
Make it rain. Let's go. You got Make It Rain on this side, and you got take one on the other side. But Robbie Ashford coming in for the only touchdown of the day.
Little misdirection there. That was well done. And Claiborne a gain of 8, maybe 9 on first down. You know, neither one of these teams, especially SMU, but I mean, the strength of this Wake Forest offense is running the ball. Now, that is the strength of the SMU defense, but neither team has appeared, as you suggested maybe they should, to think about running it a little bit more today.
Yeah, especially when things aren't working on the perimeter or down the field. Like, run the football, right? Your offensive line, both sides have been doing a good job running the ball, or run blocking rather.
Going to hand it to Claiborne again. That was a gain of 7, by the way, on first down, and I think he's about a foot short, depending on where they spot the football, of getting the first down here. Let's see where they put it down. Yeah, he's about a foot short. Third down. Well, you got to run it again, right? I mean, you've gone, 4.5, 4.5 on back-to-back carries. Let's see if Wake Forest will run it on third down and a yard. They're in shotgun on third and a yard, and they're going to run it, and they get the first down. That is Ty Clark, the third.
Oh yeah, up front they just moved that line of scrimmage 2 yards up the field.
Well, they got some maulers now on that offensive line. They got some guys that are really good players and experienced players. I mean, they rarely ever allow a sack. They run the ball very, very well, and that could be a big blow right there. That's Jeffrey Emba, who transferred in from Purdue. As the season has gone on, he has gotten better and better and better. This guy's got a chance to be a player at the next level for a long time. He still has, 1 more year left to go in school if he so chooses. Hopefully he's all right. That guy goes 6'6", 312 pounds. It's a big man.
Yeah, you see him right here. I mean, it's hard, being a defensive tackle, you are sometimes, or a lot of times, meant to take on a double team. And you figure you're taking on almost 700 pounds right by yourself. There's a technique they use. They want you to drop to one knee just so you can hold it versus getting drawn back several yards. And it's a dangerous technique, but you saw right there, man, you're trying to hold on to that much weight on one leg.
Well, that would seem dangerous to go down to one knee like that, and all of a sudden, if you were shoved straight back like he was right there.
Yeah, it's so you don't get pushed back, a bunch of yards. So it's a dangerous position.
Spears takes his spot on the field, and just throwing it away on first down is Purdy. So if you weren't with us, Purdy getting the start last week, 2 weeks ago, with a week off against Oregon State. His first start since transferring from UNC Charlotte. He threw in the game for 270 yards, 4 touchdowns without an interception. Ashford had been injured the week prior, the game we did in the win at Virginia Tech. And so they decided to go with Purdy today. He was hurt early in the game. Ashford came on, and now Ashford out and Purdy back in. This is Clark again, and a good carry. Brings up a third down and manageable.
Yeah, right now this offensive line has been doing a great job on this drive. But again, I like it right now. You're taking your time. You're in control. Run the football, right? Use both running backs. Move the pocket with Purdy a little bit. And they like the fact that he does present the ability to launch the football down the field. I mean, that is a gift that he has.
We'll call it third down and 3. It's a long 3. Quarterback's going to run it, and he tried to spin his way and is going to be about a yard short. Think they're going to spot it at the 41. And that'll be a 4th down. And in every one of these situations, we have seen Wake Forest punt the ball and play the field possession game in a 4-point spread with 6 to go in the third quarter. Is Jake Dickert going for it? Or will he try and draw him off sides? Well, they break the huddle. 4th down and a yard. That's Devon Claiborne, and they're going for it. Fake the shovel pass, and it's incomplete. Boy, you got to wonder about that call. The quarterback drilled as he threw the ball. That is a hard one to understand. You've had a hard time completing any pass all day long, and you go with this.
Yeah, and not to mention, Jeffrey is not in the game. And you did an awesome job running the football on your last short, 3rd and short.
Well, Rob Ezel is the play caller, offensive coordinator, and that's a bit of a head scratcher there. On 4th down at a yard, faking a shovel pass and then throwing it 7-8 yards down the field. So SMU will try and take advantage of it. And on 1st down, they give it to Clayton Johnson, who is getting a little bit of playing time today after the injury to Chris Johnson Jr. very early on. We've seen Harden, we saw Johnson, we've seen McFall, and now we get a look at Clayton Johnson.
Yeah, so now with that 4th down stop, you give this SMU offense new life and great field position.
Well, you've had 2 possessions if you're Wake Forest. You've thrown an interception, and then you go for it 4th down at a yard and turn it over on downs. Not much running room there. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4, and again it's Clayton Johnson. Well, I tell you, you wonder, is something wrong with Harden? As soon as you say that, he comes trotting into the game. Harden is their leading rusher on the year. Like Clayton Johnson is getting carries here with a team trailing by 4 with just under 5 to go in the 3rd quarter. This is a unbeaten streak, the longest in the country. Conference regular season unbeaten streak. Quick throw, and that'll be enough for a 1st down and maybe more. Cutting it back to the inside is Jordan Hudson, and they'll spot it down at the 23-yard line for the Mustangs.
Yeah, now they're able to run these wide receiver screens, get their athletes in space to make plays. If you notice in the 1st half, Wake Forest has done a good job tackling and holding on, not allowing yards after catch. And so far in this half, SMU has been breaking these tackles, getting more yards upfield.
Last time SMU had the football, it missed a field goal try. And now Jennings slings it to the far side. And a short gain. That ball was thrown about 40 yards in the air for about a 3-yard gain. Hey, Jennings has got some hair on that ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, but they're excited that he's able to do that, because when he was struggling with a little bit his ankle last time, he wasn't able to hit those wide throws, and now you can tell he's feeling much better to throw that football, because he whips that football out there.
Boy, and his teammates love him. He's a Dallas kid. He went to Oak Cliff High School, led his high school to a Texas State championship, always wanted to play for SMU. And he has blossomed into one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Might not be having a great day, but he is a really good quarterback. But that one is batted down again. How many batted balls has this Wake Forest defense come up with so far today? That'll be close to a half a dozen.
Yeah, well, it goes hand in hand with the landscape of college football, where everything is a short pass, right? Everything is quick all over the place. So an only way to combat that, if you can't get to the quarterback in time, you got to get your hands up.
It looked like it was Aiden Hall who got his hand on it. So 3rd down and 8. 4 of 14 on 3rd downs this year, or this game. 38% on the year. Good protection this time. Back shoulder throw, contact there in the end zone, and a flag comes in.
Pass interference. Defense, number 23. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
That's Braylon Johnson, the starting free safety.
Yeah, that's tough. You're in the slot, one-on-one, ISO'd up, and that's a tough play. You want to be able to turn and look for it. He didn't know which way to go. Instead, he panicked a little bit and grabbed. But it's a great job by Brinson jumping up to actually make an attempt to get the football versus trying to flop and not getting the call.
All righty, so 1st and goal now for SMU. The nose of the football at the 6-yard line. Trying to take the lead, the Mustangs, here with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Clayton Johnson will get into the end zone, and that is a touchdown for SMU. Well, he could have run from here to the Atlantic Ocean with that hole. And now the Mustangs go up on top and looking for a point after for a 3-point advantage. So that 4th down decision, the decision itself, then the play call decision, which certainly will be asked about at the conclusion of this game, gave SMU great field position. They take advantage of a pass interference penalty, and now the touchdown run, the point after, is blocked. Second block kick of the year for Wake Forest, and we'll see if that turns out to be a big play in this game. I know we got a long way to go, but man, what a difference, a 2-point game compared to 3.
Let's take a look at today's Royal Caribbean game summary. You have the defense already causing fumbles, turnovers for the offense. Ashford for 6. And then here you got SMU running the football in, getting the lead here. I mean, this has been crazy with the turnovers and special teams and short field position. I feel like it's very uncharacteristic for both of these teams, but they're taking advantage of every opportunity.
Well, we'll see if Wake Forest can respond here. I mean, it's been really ugly for both teams on offense. Good return up to the 30-yard line, but it's been really ugly on offense for Wake here today. A total of 118 yards of offense, 79 passing, 39 rushing, 2 of 11 on 3rd down. They have fumbled the ball 3 times, lost it once. And of course, they've had the interceptions, which are a big part of the game as well. A couple of those thrown today. Chris Barnes in motion. And incomplete on first down.
Deuce Hartman running down that shallow cross. Able to get a hand on it, because if he does not hit that ball down, Mike Hayes is out of there for a long gain. What I do like to say, though, for Coach Dickert, he mentioned, yeah, despite whatever's going on, the game is still close. It's because his team is responding, right? He's like, yes, we're having mistakes, but I love the fact that they're responding despite dealing with adversity. I love how he's looking at the positives.
They give it to Claiborne, and he is spun down after a gain of a yard. This SMU defense, we brought it up, allowing just 97 rushing yards per game, among the very best in the country in that category. And it has been tough sledding for Wake Forest on the ground. 40 rushing yards so far.
I mean, you look at Emba and Webb right there in the middle, both in those single digits. Those numbers are stretched out. Those some big guys down there. Physical disruptors.
Barnes, and a quick stutter step. This guy, man, I mean, whenever he touches a football, you better watch out. And that is a first down up to midfield. This guy is some kind of exciting.
Yeah, when you talk about him and you mention all-purpose, that means if he gets the football in space, he is going to be a problem. And they were able to do that there.
Gets up to the 45-yard line. Barnes, among all freshman wide receivers in the country, has the 5th most receiving yards. It's interesting to note that 3 of the top 5 are in the ACC. They're going to give it to him again. And that's a good solid pickup on first down. Young man out of Houston, Texas. Only played in 3 games for Coach Dickert a year ago at Washington State. And this is Falai, the tight end. Very valuable part of this Wake Forest team. He's the injured Demon Deacon.
Yeah, he's the big tight end, huge contributor in the red zone.
Thank you for joining us here today at CW Football Saturday, part of our CW Super Sports Weekend, brought to you by Ariat. When you're thinking boots and jeans, you're thinking Ariat. Falai down, sitting up, as the medical staff out there to take a look at him, along with his head coach Jake Dickert. He's going to need some help. And now starting to walk on his own, and looks like he's moving pretty well. There we go. Okay, it's good to see. That's 84 right there to your right. He just got rolled up. Oh man, that could have been ugly.
Yeah, that did not look good.
Hopefully he's okay. Some of the numbers we were talking about. In the run game, averaging 160 rushing yards per game, led by Damon Claiborne. But SMU on defense, both teams on defense, in a 12-10 game, both teams have been really good. Hit as he throws, and that ball just floats incomplete. Very lucky that was not intercepted. A big hit right there was put on Purdy.
Yeah, you can see coming off the edge.
That's Deuce Harmon.
Deuce Harmon making plays on this drive.
You know, Harmon came under a lot of fire along with Chambers here very early in the year, that nickel back position, and now they've righted the ship, and both playing very well right now. Just get a feeling this is a very important third down for Wake Forest. And they convert. Inside the 40 is Micah Mays Jr. He's tackled at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, on the outside, they go right after Deuce Harmon, who we just talked about, on a quick bang 8 for the first down.
What's a bang 8?
So basically, you run. It's almost like a slant, but it's a deeper slant. You run off the 7-step like a skinny post. So it's in the slant, skinny post family.
Gotcha. Learning that inside jargon. That's big league stuff there. That'll be a gain of a yard, and a flag comes in. It'll stop the clock on what more than likely would have been, still might be, the final play of this third quarter. Wake Forest trailing by 2. And again, that blocked point after. First time SMU has had that happen since 2023, so it's been a couple of years. Makes you believe the penalty is against Wake.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So Tommy, in the route tree family, the number 8 is a post. And so versus them throwing the post down the field, soon as they step, ball should be there. So it's like boom, bang on an 8.
It's good stuff. That's good stuff.
There you go.
That's going to be the final play, by the way, of this third quarter. So we are going to go off to the 4th. And I mean, here you have the SMU Mustangs, not lost a conference regular season game since playing in the AAC in 2022, up 2, off to the 4th. You're watching CW Football Saturday, presented by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza today. All right, we're up to the fourth quarter. 12-10, SMU in front. SMU unbeaten in the conference, has not lost a conference game going back to 2022. SMU has never lost a conference regular season game in the Atlantic Coast Conference since coming on board. 11 straight, and wide open on the crossing pattern is Burkhalter, and that is inside the 20-yard line. So all of a sudden, this Wake Forest offense starting to come alive on this drive.
Yeah, Purdy's having time back there, and now he's settling down and finding these inside breaking routes as receivers. Yeah, you see up top here. You're gonna see that boom. That's that bang gate right there, Tommy.
There it is. There it is. Bang 8. That'll be a talk of the weekend if Wake wins this game. All right, on a first down, they fake the handoff. And again, scrambling is Purdy. He's going to just throw it away. Wise decision. And a flag comes in. I think he got hit late. Boy, and I mean to tell you, that Wake Forest sideline incensed. I think it was Webb who may have delivered a late hit on the quarterback. But we'll wait and see, as this would be a 15-yard penalty if that's the case. Yep. He was running out of bounds and just shoved him into the bench area.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 4. Penalties half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Look at that coach right there off his feet. Got some athletic coaches on the sideline there.
You got that right.
It's like a 35-inch vertical right there. Yeah, that was well beyond the way. So unnecessary.
Boy, Webb has had such an outstanding game.
Unbelievable.
8 tackles, 3 solo, couple of sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. He's forced a fumble.
Pass breakup.
Yeah,
he's done everything.
Yeah, he has. But now all of a sudden he commits a huge penalty. And again, we go back to that blocked extra point. Now look, we have nearly an entire quarter to go. But at the very minimum, if Wake comes away with a field goal rather than tying the game, would have the lead in the game. Fake it to Claiborne, and nobody open. Quarterback going to keep it inside the 5 and stepping out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Making something out of look like nothing is Deshaun Purdy.
Even though Deshaun is a true pocket passer, sneaky athletic, right? That's the word today. Sneaky, but he's a long strider, and he's able to create plays outside and also pick up the first down with his legs.
Well, he's a big dude, man.
That's a big boy, no question.
Yeah, 6'4", 228 pounds. Well, he looks taller than that. All right, at the 4-yard line. They're going to hand it. No, they're going to fake the handoff, and then the ball is dropped. First time they've thrown it all day today to Cameron Johnson, the backup tight end, who has a total of 2 catches on the year, and he dropped it. Not a great throw, but one that should have been caught.
Yeah, that was enough. Purdy's running for his life. You got to catch that football.
Threw it behind him and threw it low. Just all the problems Wake has had this season offensively in the red zone. And now the quarterback is fumbled the ball, or was he down already? That is a turnover, and oh my, what a critical turnover by Deshaun Purdy at the 5-yard line on a 3rd down and goal.
Well, he ran into his own man.
That ball's loose, there's no doubt about it. It looked like he buckled into George Stye as left guard, but I mean, these issues for Wake Forest, we've done a lot of good things this year, but one of them, and their coach said it point blank to us yesterday, We have just been atrocious inside the red zone for multiple reasons. They spent the bye week trying to figure out what's gone wrong, and now a fumble with a chance to take the lead. Tell you what, there's another good one going on. Virginia against North Carolina. That game is tied at 10, 3 minutes to go, and North Carolina has the ball. That's a game that's been dominated, believe it or not, by North Carolina. We saw Virginia last week, one of 3 unbeatens in the ACC is Virginia, along, of course, with these SMU Mustangs.
You saw them try to take a shot outside first play, but Prentice at 6'2", locking up.
7 turnovers.
That's crazy. These are 2 well-coached teams too. That's why it's mind-boggling.
All right, 2nd down and 10. And nowhere to run for Harden as he is gobbled up by Bryant. It'll bring up 3rd down. This is a very important play in this game. I know we still have 13 minutes to go, but you figure if Wake Forest can come up with a stop, as it's 3rd and 10, should get good field position after just fumbling the ball at the 5-yard line. If SMU can pick up a 1st down, they keep this drive alive and chew up some more time. So a 3rd down and 10. Jennings has lots of running room, and he will easily pick up, or did he, depending on where he stepped out of bounds. There is no way he stepped out of bounds before the 1st down, did he? He had room to dive ahead rather than stay on his feet, and I think he's short of the 1st down. Well, it's not only physical mistakes, these are mental mistakes.
Yeah, he's getting close, but I tell you what, he takes one more step, he might not come back in the game, Tommy.
Well, you got a point there.
Right now.
But I mean, don't you have to dive or something there?
Yeah, that was tough. I for sure, but he knows he's not he's a big guy. He's 190, and he saw that safety coming down.
And Lashley is asking, hey, look, was he holding the ball out when he stepped out of bounds enough to get the first down?
SMU has taken a timeout to challenge the runner at the line.
And that's what he's basically challenging. Rhett Lashley feels like, you know, before he stepped out of bounds, he reached the ball to cover the first down. And we're about to find out. No, there's no chance. He has just completely wasted a timeout here. Mike Mothershed, when you watch this replay, going back to our studios, does it appear to you like it does to us here that he's still short of a first down?
Tom, yes, it does. He's and it's going to be where he steps out, but where that ball crosses the sideline, and when it does, it appears that it is short of the line to gain.
Okay, Mike Mothershed, thank you very much. Justin Elliott, our referee, is talking things over with everybody in that ACC command center back in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And look, Kevin Jennings, he's a very smart kid.
Yeah.
That's why they've been having success.
That's right.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It's fourth down. SMU has charged their first timeout and has no challenges remaining.
You look at Wake Forest's last possession when Terry Webb hit Purdy out of bounds. Okay, he's probably thinking like, look, let me get out of here. I'm gonna try to get as many yards as I can because this is a tit for tat sport, no question about it.
All right, so now their punter, who has struggled in the game today, McSparran from the goal line, as Carlos Hernandez. Last time Hernandez fielded a punt, he fumbled it, and he fumbles this one. And trying to cover it up, not cover it up, he tried to pick it up and run.
That is special teams in general. Not so special today, Toppy.
You're watching CW Football Saturday, presented by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza today. And by Royal Caribbean. Come seek. All right, here we go. Wake Forest with a football. 12:03 to go. SMU leading 12-10. And Claiborne, his best run of the day. And he's all the way out across the 35-yard line. They'll spot it at the 37. Good run there by Claiborne, and they need a big day out of him, a big quarter out of him.
Yeah, you can see Wake Forest getting body to body upfield, not letting these SMU defenders come down and make a clean hit.
Claiborne coming off the monster game out at Oregon State. 144 rushing yards on just 16 carries and a touchdown. Can they lean on him in the fourth quarter today? They'll give it to him again, and he just stiff arms his way for a gain of close to 8 on first down. This is the best back-to-back sequence of runs plays Wake Forest has had the entire game.
Yeah, he's having a lot of energy right now. You can tell that he's excited. All these runs. Still, you know, use all your running backs because you want to keep them fresh. A lot of guys have been using multiple running backs because you want to also make sure they're fresh to protect the football too. You don't want to turn it over.
As we talked about, SMU as this season has gone on, using Johnson more and McFall a little bit more. And, you know, that's the danger. Not to say that that's Ty Clark III's fault. I mean, somebody's got to block somebody on second down and a yard. But the bottom line is your number one guy is your number one guy. And Claiborne came out. He will come right back in now on this 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, Isaiah Smith was like, hey, man, I'll take that free hit.
Well, they started today 1 for 9 on 3rd down. They've converted now 3 of their last 5. Can they get this one in the I formation? And they're up under center, and I think they moved on the left side of the offensive line. And this is the stuff that we talked for 5-10 minutes yesterday with Jake Dickert.
Offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
I mean, he just said, I don't know what to tell you. He said, we've gone back and broken these penalties into penalties like that, right? Pre-start penalties, you know, dead ball penalties, and then gone into some other areas. And he said, we've tried to address them. He said, the penalties and the red zone issues on offense. We've taken 2 weeks to try and clean them up, and neither one has been improved here today.
Yeah, you politely asked about it. He said, oh, you're being nice. He said, we've been horrendous.
Well, I mean, I don't want to make him mad. We got to come back and see him again. So 3rd and 2 goes to 3rd and 7, and Burkhalter stays on his feet, dives forward. He is short. All right, decision time now. Your 4th down, and it's a full 2. Not sure he got a very good spot there. So the play clock at 30, and time for Dickert to make a decision. His team down 3 with 9:20 to go. And it looks like he's going for it, or at least his offense is staying on the field. And they're up under center. Well, what was that?
Prior to the snap, timeout, SMU.
All right, we're going to take a break, too. That's a good thing that SMU took a timeout. We head to the final 2 minutes of today's game. Our snapback replay presented by the Active Cash credit card from Wells Fargo. It looked like SMU had a big first down to try and put it on ice, but a holding penalty on a block. And Wake got the ball back, and this bomb down to the 15-yard line to Barnes, setting up where we are now. A 3rd down and 6. 2 minutes to go. And Wake with the football. And they snap it. They're going to throw it. And the catch is made by Barnes. And he steps out of bounds. That snapback replay brought to you by the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card. Be a 2%er. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
Then here just runs a bubble. No one accounts for him. There's zero communication. That's something that defense coordinator Scott Simons talked about when we covered their last game, is that the communication from the secondary, you saw right there, no one accounted for Barnes.
Letting that play clock go all the way down to 7-6. They hand it to Claiborne, and he is spun down. The ball came loose. The question was he down? You know, sometimes when you see a player that rolls over on top of another player, they are not yet down in some cases. And I think that's what SMU is wondering here.
The ruling on the field is a fumble covered by the defense.
Oh my God, can you believe that? This would be the 2nd fumble at the 5-yard line. See, the question is, was Claiborne down?
By the defense is under review.
Now that angle is not going to show you, and they can't tell by that angle either whether his butt at any point in time made contact with the ground. Right, anything. We can't tell from that angle either.
That's crazy if this holds up. It's just wild.
I mean, this would be almost beyond belief. Let's see. And again, it's hard to tell.
Looks like like Brunty, his left shin perhaps could have skimmed the turf. If it's not enough is there.
Yeah, they have to have video evidence that would support overturning the call. And if they don't have it, and I'm not sure we've seen any angle here, and we've given you all we've got from 3 or 4 different angles. And unless they have access to anything else besides our television coverage, what a heartbreaking situation this would be for Wake Forest. The quarterback fumbled the ball at the 5-yard line in the 2nd half, and now DeMond Claiborne potentially a fumble. It's a fumble on the field. Coverage of Pac-12 football. Toledo, Washington State is currently streaming on the CW app and cctv.com. We'll get live coverage on the CW right after this game is over.
Especially when that's your main guy who turns the ball over. That's even more devastating. You really can't tell from this angle. You see the punch out, but you just wonder if that shin touches the turf.
And again, if he's down on, let's see here. And again, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Question is,
after review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down.
Well, SMU is going to get out of here. I mean, it's not over yet, but SMU has a chance to get out of here with more than just Lady Luck. It's Lady Luck and her sister and her aunt and her grandmother and everybody else, because they have been beaten here today by Wake Forest.
Sometimes the football lords are on your side, man. You know, it's like I said, the game's not over yet.
No, it's not. No, it is not. Still plenty of time left in the game, but to think that you fumble the ball twice at the 5-yard line. Wake Forest has 1 timeout left. Going to hand it off. And you're going to have to call a timeout right now. And you're going to be able to run, what, 2 more plays? So 50. If you're able to stop them, you wouldn't get the ball back until right around a minute or less left in the game.
Yeah, but we had these Stanford SMU games. Stanford had the three false starts and then the safety.
That's right.
That gave them the advantage. Sometimes it's like that, man, you know? I mean, you're in situations, you know.
It looked like that could have, should have been a penalty for just shoving Nick Anderson shoving the helmet off the runner after he appeared to already be down.
Yeah, it's just a bummer for Wake Forest. You know, you put the football in the hands of your best player.
Yeah.
You know, and that happens to you, man. But again, crazy things have happened, as we just saw.
Okay, so there's 1:48 left. That's a final timeout for Wake Forest in the game. And Lashley is saying, look, you run a play clock 25 starts up. Okay? So say 3 seconds to run the play. Of course, if they get a first down, the game's over, basically. But Damon Claiborne just beside himself over there on the sideline. 2 fumbles right at the 5-yard line for Wake Forest in this second half. All right, so he's going to be tackled there. So now you got 40 seconds on the play clock. You're going to be able to burn it all the way down to a minute. Then you'll run another play. See, even on 4th down, you punt it. So you got one more play. They're going to snap the ball with a minute left.
Even that right there wasn't smart. Like, if you're able to get the quarterback one-on-one, you want to hold him up and try to get the football out, especially the quarterback, who is the biggest violator with the football.
And SMU will spend its final timeout of the game. I mean, it wasn't 3 minutes ago. It looked like SMU was dead in the water. They had the point after blocked on a touchdown to make it a 2-point game. Wake Forest hits a big play to Barnes. They get inside the 10. They get down to the 5. They're trying to burn the clock. Yep. And you're thinking, okay, they're just going to take as much time as they can, kick a field goal, take a 1-point lead. SMU would have been out of timeouts. At that point, they would have had to have spent their last timeout after that handoff to Claiborne. But he fumbled the ball at the 5. Coverage of Pac-12 football for those of you waiting on Toledo and Washington State. It's streaming on the CW app and CWTV.com. We'll get you to live coverage on the CW right after we conclude here in Winston-Salem. So they'll snap it. And short of a first down, and the clock is going to go all the way down to about 15 seconds left in the game. Well, they're taking out their entire defense and putting in an entirely new defense. I don't know if I've ever seen this. This must be the group that, this is sending out the, it's a 4th down, I beg your pardon. So they're going to try to bring the house, no doubt, and see if they can't try and block this punt. And over end punt, a fair catch. This game's not over yet. 12 seconds left. And very good field position.
Yeah, I mean, you only need 3 here. You got a quarterback with a big arm.
You have a field goal kicker, if you're wondering. We told you earlier, you have a field goal kicker in Connor Calvert, the freshman. His season long is 43. But he has a longer leg than that, we're told by his head coach.
Yeah, what you do right now is you get your field goal unit ready to roll. Also, back up your players so no one runs it around. You want no penalties.
Blitz coming. And a throw and a catch and down and that will stop the clock quickly at 6 seconds. They're going to snap the ball once they reset it. It stops for a first down here. And they're going to spike it. Yep. So they're going to have a shot here. They're going to send out the field goal unit now.
I mean, what a great operation right there. Such a great catch. It looked like it could have been overthrown, and you could tell the defensive back was ready to pick it off, and just a great catch. Get down. Give your team a chance.
This is going to be a 50-yard field goal attempt by Calvert. His season long is 43. This would be for the win if he can hit it. Snap. Hold. Kick. Did he get it? Did he? Did he? Oh. He did! And unbelievably, Wake Forest has won the game at the buzzer. Wow. They tried everything they could to give it away, and now they win it. Unbelievable.
We're from not so special to special teams. And the streak is done. Oh, we're having fun in the CW.
Look at this.
Barely. Hits the front of the pad. How does it hit the front? It goes over, hits the front of the pad. Outstanding.
Oh my gosh, what a wild game. It looked like they were dead in the water after fumbling at the 5 and win the game, their first at home in ACC play since 2023. After the break, Toledo and Washington State. We'll see you next week from Blacksburg, Virginia. Wow! Wake Forest ends the win streak of SMU.